All right, get ready because today we are going on a deep dive
Okay.
that is out of this world.
Ooh, exciting.
It is literally out of this world.
Okay.
We're going to be taking a look at what happens when aliens try to navigate
Mm-hmm.
the already pretty tricky terrain of human dating.
Oh, I like this.
Just imagine like the awkward silences and the fumbled compliments and the disastrous attempts at physical contact,
Yeah.
but with 6 arms and glowing skin and
Right.
spaceship hovering overhead.
I love it.
Huh.
What I think is so fascinating about this premise is that it
Yeah.
lets us examine those unspoken rules of human interaction, the
Yeah.
things that we kind of take for granted
Oh my.
until we see them through the eyes of, well, an alien.
Exactly.
It's a really cool concept.
Yeah, the source material that we have today is like a comedic piece
Okay.
that imagines a whole lineup of alien species just completely bombing on first dates.
Oh, fun.
It's not serious sci-fi.
Okay.
I think more along the lines of, you know, galactic cringe comedy,
I like it.
where even like these advanced beings are stumbling over
Uh,
our earthly social customs.
It's a clever way to kind of explore the complexities of communication, I think.
Yes.
Like both verbal and nonverbal.
Right.
And how much we rely on,
Yes.
shared cultural understanding to make sense of it all.
Right. So let's just jump right in
Okay.
and meet our first extraterrestrial bachelor,
All right.
Zorblack 7.
The Black 7.
This guy is all logic.
Okay.
Zero social grace.
All right. I'm intrigued.
Picture this, his date says,
Okay.
I'm dying to see that new movie.
Uh-oh.
And Zorblax just panics,
Oh, no.
begging her to not expire before showtime.
Oh, Zorblax.
Oh, with Zorblax.
Classic case of taking an idiom literally.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder,
Yeah.
do aliens even have metaphors?
Right.
Or is figurative language just like a uniquely human quirk?
Yeah. And he also brings a graph to track emotional engagement levels
Oh, wow.
throughout the date.
Like, he's trying to quantify the spark
Oh, no.
with data points.
That's funny.
Uh,
I think this really highlights that very human struggle
yeah.
to understand and articulate emotions.
Yes.
I mean, we try to put feelings into words,
Right. Yep.
measure them, analyze them.
Right.
But love remains this, like, elusive, unpredictable force.
Right.
Maybe X-Flax is onto something with his data-driven approach.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling his date might disagree.
Yeah, I'm sure she's sprinting
Yeah,
for the nearest escape pod.
absolutely.
All right, let's move on to someone a little less analytical,
Okay.
but no less awkward.
Right.
Glorbin.
Yeah.
This guy has 6 arms,
Oh, my goodness.
which makes even the simplest tasks,
Yeah.
like, say, eating a bowl of soup,
Yeah.
a recipe for disaster.
Oh, that's a lot of arms
I know.
to coordinate for a bowl of soup.
I know. Just a lot going on.
Yeah, I can just imagine Glorbin, like,
Yeah.
trying to coordinate those extra limbs. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah. It taps into that primal amusement we get
Right.
from watching someone fumble.
Yes.
That slapstick comedy
Yeah.
that transcends culture,
Yes.
maybe even species?
The piece describes Glorbin's date dodging flying breadsticks and spilled wine
Oh, no.
and accidental flaps across the face.
Oh, my goodness.
And then there's the whole hand-holding situation.
Oh, yeah. How do you even navigate that?
I don't know.
With 4 hands reaching for yours.
That's a lot of hands.
It takes the awkwardness of physical intimacy
Yeah.
to a whole new level.
Yes.
I mean, we laugh because it's relatable.
Right.
We've all been there,
Yeah.
fumbling with a handshake or a hug,
Uh-huh.
wondering where to put our hands.
Yeah.
Glorbin is just amplifying that universal experience
Right.
to a comedic extreme.
Speaking of awkward,
Okay.
let's talk about Zorpak.
Zorpak.
This alien shows up to the date
Okay.
with pockets full of space crystals,
Uh-oh.
assuming they're, like the galactic equivalent of cash.
All right.
When that doesn't fly,
Oh.
he offers the waiter
What does he offer?
1 unit of hydrogen gas.
Oh, Zorpak.
Oh, Zorpak.
This is more than just a funny misunderstanding, though.
Okay.
It raises questions about the nature of value.
Yeah.
What makes something precious?
Right.
Is it scarcity, utility, cultural significance?
Yeah.
Just imagine trying to explain the concept of a diamond
Right.
to an alien who values hydrogen as
Okay.
fuel for their starship.
And get this, when asked to split the check,
No.
he literally tries to tear the bill in half.
Oh, Zorpak. No, again, taking language literally,
Yep.
it's a reminder of how much we rely on
Yeah.
shared understanding to communicate effectively.
Yes.
Even a simple phrase
Yeah.
like split the check can become a comedic minefield
Right.
when translated across cultures,
Yes.
or in this case, across galaxies.
Okay. Brace yourself. Because next up is Blarg,
Blarg.
who's all about those grand romantic gestures. But his problem is his idea of romance
Yeah.
is
But,
a tad explosive
oh.
for a first date gift.
Yeah.
He brings a glowing orb of antimatter.
Oh, Blarg.
Yeah.
Good intentions.
Right?
Disastrous execution.
Yes.
It's a fascinating clash
Yes.
between alien perception
Yeah.
and human practicality.
Yeah.
Blarg's gift is beautiful,
Right.
rare,
Right.
maybe even powerful,
Right.
but also potentially capable
Yeah.
of vaporizing the entire restaurant.
It's like, oh, you shouldn't have, but also, please don't destroy the city block.
Right.
The piece also mentions Blarg offering his date the shriveled husk of a star.
Interesting.
I'm not really sure what that is,
Yeah.
but it doesn't sound like something you'd find at your local florist.
No, probably not.
So,
I think this speaks to the subjectivity of
Yeah.
beauty and value.
right.
You know what one culture considers a treasure
Yes.
might be another's trash.
Yes.
It's a reminder that even our aesthetic preferences are shaped by our environment, our history, our biology.
Okay, and for the grand finale,
Right.
Blarg's attempt at a kiss
Oh, no.
involves transferring a small electrical charge through his antenna.
What?
So, basically, he zaps his date.
Oh, Blarg. So, I mean, this is where the humor takes a turn
Yeah.
toward the slightly unsettling, I think,
Yeah.
because it raises questions about how different species might experience physical intimacy.
Right.
What if touch, for some aliens, is less about physical contact
Right.
and more about, like, energy transfer?
Yeah, it challenges our very definition
Exactly.
of what it means to connect on a physical level.
All right.
Okay, enough with the near-death experiences.
Okay.
Disguised as romance.
Okay.
Let's meet Vlarf,
Vlarf.
who is desperately trying to fit in
Oh,
with
okay.
human culture.
All right.
He studied Earth customs before the date,
Okay.
but all of his small talk
Yeah.
sounds like it's straight out of a 1990s sitcom.
Oh, Vlarf. I think Vlarf represents that, like, universal desire to belong,
Right.
to connect with those who are different from us.
Yes.
But his problem is
What's his problem?
he's relying on outdated information,
Right.
which is a reminder
Yeah.
that culture is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
What was considered cool a few decades ago
Yes.
might be cringeworthy today.
He's like, how about that local sports ball team? They really moved the spheroid efficiently last night.
Vlarf.
I know.
The overly formal language,
Yeah.
the incorrect terminology.
Right.
It's funny because it's just slightly off.
Yes.
Reminding us of those times when we misjudged a social situation
Right.
or used the wrong slang.
Right.
It's the comedy of social awkwardness amplified by the alien element.
Yes. And his attempts to laugh at her jokes.
Oh, no.
Let's just say it sounds more like a distressed seagull
Oh, my.
than a human chuckle.
Another great example of physical comedy.
Is
I mean, we laugh because it's unexpected,
right.
a disruption of social norms, but it also makes you wonder,
Yeah.
how do aliens express amusement?
Right.
They have laughter?
Right.
Or do they have other ways of signaling joy and connection?
And just when you think it can't get worse,
Oh, no.
Vlarf tries to fist bump his date
Oh, no.
and ends up shattering her hand.
Vlarf. Physical calibration is clearly not his strong suit.
No, it is not.
This highlights the importance of understanding physical boundaries,
Right.
which can vary widely across cultures.
Yeah.
What might be a friendly gesture in one context
Well-
could be perceived as aggressive or even dangerous
Yes.
in another.
Okay, let's take a break from awkward small talk
Okay.
and meet Kripnar,
Kripnar.
who's super excited to try Earth food.
Okay.
His alien stomach, however, is not
Oh.
quite prepared for the spicy delights of tacos.
Oh.
Midway through the meal,
Yeah.
his skin turns green
Oh, no.
and he starts humming at a high frequency.
Poor Kripnar.
I know.
I mean, it's relatable,
Yeah.
his digestive distress.
Albeit a bit more dramatic than our usual experience with spicy food,
Right.
it's a reminder that even something as seemingly simple as eating
Yes.
can be a cultural minefield.
Right.
It really can.
And apparently he mistakes the hot sauce for a refreshing beverage.
Oh, cryptars, come on.
Oh, Krypner.
The perils of unfamiliar flavors.
I know.
It makes you think about the role of culture
Yeah.
in shaping our palate.
Right.
What we consider delicious or disgusting
Yeah.
is often learned, not innate.
Right.
Imagine trying to explain the appeal of blue cheese to an alien who's never encountered berry before.
And the best part,
Okay, what's the best part?
his post-taco detox process
Oh my goodness.
involves glowing, vibrating, and briefly levitating above the table.
Oh, I love it.
It's a lot.
It is.
You can just imagine the other diners trying to like discreetly film the whole thing on their phones.
Oh, absolute.
All right, after that taco trauma,
Okay.
let's move on to Flarn. This guy is a hopeless, romantic, okay.
From the Andromeda Galaxy.
Bro, yeah.
He pulls out all the stops for his date,
Mm-hmm.
even writing a poem in the sky,
Oh,
using his spaceship.
that's so sweet. Flarn embodies the power of grand romantic gestures.
Yes, he does.
But like Vlarg, his execution is a bit off.
Yes, it
His
is.
heart's in the right place. But his methods are, shall we say,
A little much.
less than subtle.
Yeah.
Tad.
The problem is his love declaration reads more
That.
like an alien invasion threat.
Uh-uh.
You know, you were the brightest star in my constellation of emotions.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of sweet.
Right.
Until Florence starts crying glowing alien tears.
Oh, no.
And things take a turn for the creepy.
Flarn, why? It's that clash again between
Uh,
alien expression and
uh,
human perception.
Yes.
What might be considered romantic in Flarn's culture
Right.
could be interpreted as unsettling or even terrifying in a
Yeah.
human context.
Right.
It really highlights the importance of understanding cultural nuances,
Yes.
especially when it comes to matters of the heart.
And then he serenades her with a traditional Andromedan love song,
Oh, boy.
which apparently sounds like a cross between
What does it sound like?
a whale call and a dying star.
No, my auditory humor at its finest?
Yeah.
We laugh because the sounds are unexpected,
Yeah.
jarring a violation of our expectations for a romantic serenade.
Mhm.
But it also makes you think, you know,
Yeah.
what does music sound like to an
No.
alien species?
Right?
Do they have melodies, harmonies, rhythms, or is their concept of music completely different from ours?
I'm starting to think a quiet dinner and a movie
Yeah,
might be the safest bet for an interspecies date.
probably.
Okay, up next is Zlort,
Zlord.
who believes honesty
Okay,
is the foundation of any relationship.
right.
Great in theory, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
But this alien
Oh.
takes it to a whole new level of awkward oversharing.
Oh, no. Zlort embodies the potential pitfalls of radical honesty.
Yes, he does.
While transparency is important,
Mm-hmm.
there's also a need for tact
Yes.
and an awareness of social boundaries.
Yes,
It seems Zlort missed the memo
he did.
on what's considered appropriate first date conversation.
Yeah, like he just blurts out, I am currently experiencing anxiety
Oh, no.
about whether you find my epidermal layer visually appealing.
Ooh, Zlort.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I know.
Talk about killing the mood.
I know.
It's funny because it's so cringeworthy. It's
Yeah.
such a blatant violation of social norms.
Right.
We laugh because we recognize that awkward feeling
Yeah.
of wanting to crawl under the table and disappear.
Right.
We've all been there.
And then he casually
Have
mentions
snacks.
that his species reproduces by budding,
Oh, no.
and even offers to show her his budding chamber.
Too much information, Slurt.
Too much information.
Way too much information.
I think Zlort's date is going to need a few therapy sessions after this.
Probably.
Finally, let's talk about Blurth,
Glurth.
the alien who has absolutely zero concept of personal space.
Uh-oh.
Imagine sitting across from someone
Yeah.
who's constantly leaning in,
Mm-hmm.
staring intently,
Okay.
and accidentally knocking over everything with their
Yoke.
over-the-top enthusiasm.
Yeah. Blurth highlights the cultural differences
Yes.
in nonverbal communication,
Mhm.
particularly proxemics,
Yes.
the study of personal space.
Yeah.
What might be considered friendly or welcoming in one culture
Right.
could be perceived as intrusive or even aggressive
Right.
in another.
Blurth keeps asking, why do you require so much space?
Oh, Blurth.
Is this table insufficient for bonding?
Oh, Blurth.
I know.
Again, those innocent questions
Yeah.
that reveal a fundamental misunderstanding of human customs.
Yes.
It makes you appreciate
Yeah.
the subtle dance of nonverbal cues
Mhm.
we use to navigate social interactions.
And then Blurth tries to touch their date's face
Oh,
to
no.
read their emotional frequency.
Oh, Blurth. So this is a
That's-
great example.
Yeah. Of how well-intentioned curiosity can lead to
Yes.
a serious breach of boundaries.
Yes.
What might be a common practice in Blurth's culture
Right.
is a major red flag in a human context.
Right.
It's a reminder that understanding and respecting personal space
Yeah.
is crucial for building trust and rapport.
So we've met a whole cast
We have.
of hilariously inept alien daters.
Yes.
It's clear that even with advanced technology, cracking the code of human social interaction is no easy feat.
It's tough out there.
But I'm thinking, beyond the laughs,
Yeah.
there's got to be something deeper here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
These are intelligent beings.
Mhm.
What's making them trip up so consistently?
It's a good question. I mean, it's like they're missing the software update for Earth customs.
Right.
We just take for granted how much of our communication
Yeah.
is nonverbal contextual.
Right.
Even our humor relies on
Yes.
a shared understanding of what's considered absurd.
I think what we're seeing here is like a magnified version
Yes.
of the challenges that any two individuals face
Yeah.
when trying to connect across different backgrounds,
Yes.
even without the interstellar element.
So true. It's like they're speaking the same language,
Right.
but the operating system is completely different.
Totally.
It makes you wonder, how would humans fare
Yeah.
on a first date with an alien?
Right.
Would we be any less awkward?
Yeah. Would we be any less likely
Right.
to commit a galactic faux pas?
That's a question worth exploring.
It is.
Just imagine trying to explain the concept of ghosting
Right.
to an alien who can communicate telepathically.
Oh, gosh.
So you're telling me you can read my thoughts, but do you still need me to send a text to confirm I'm not interested?
The irony is mind-boggling.
It really is.
And what about our obsession with time?
Yes.
We're always rushing, scheduling, worrying about being late.
Right.
What if aliens operate on a completely different time scale?
Oh.
Imagine an alien who perceives time in millennia,
Oh,
showing up 3 centuries late
yeah.
and wondering why you're annoyed.
Yeah. What's the big deal?
Right.
Oh, my.
Goodness.
Talk about a long wait for a second date.
That's a very long wait.
It really is.
Oh.
It challenges our assumptions about the nature of time itself.
Right.
Is it linear, cyclical, relative?
Yeah.
Maybe those aliens who are late are just operating
Yeah.
on a cosmic time scale
Okay.
where a few centuries are a mere blink of an eye.
Whoa, that's deep.
It is.
Okay, back to the more practical matters of dating.
Okay.
Let's talk about physical attraction.
All right.
What if aliens have completely different standards of beauty?
Ooh, interesting.
We might be stressing over our outfit choice
Yeah.
while they're completely unfazed by our human form.
Right.
Maybe even repulsed by it.
It's a hilarious thought,
It is.
but it also raises interesting questions
Right.
about the evolution of attraction.
Yes.
What makes a species find certain traits appealing?
Is it symmetry, color, scent?
Right.
Some combination of factors we haven't even considered.
Right. Like, what if?
Imagine an alien who finds human hair repulsive
Oh.
or is attracted to the sound of our digestive system.
Okay. That's both fascinating and slightly disturbing.
It is.
It definitely puts our own beauty standards into perspective.
Absolutely.
Okay. I have to ask, after witnessing all these alien dating disasters,
Yeah.
is there anything these extraterrestrial bachelors are actually doing right?
That's a good question.
Any dating advice we could steal from these intergalactic fumbles?
Surprisingly, yes.
Okay.
Amidst the chaos and cringeworthy moments,
Yeah.
there are a few glimmers of wisdom
Like-
we can glean.
Okay. I like this.
Take Zorpak, for example.
Okay.
Sure, he might have misunderstood the concept of currency,
Right.
but he was genuinely generous,
Yeah.
offering what he perceived to be valuable gifts.
So skip the space crystals and go for something a little more earthly. Got it.
Exactly.
Maybe a nice bouquet of flowers or a donation to their favorite charity.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's about the thoughtfulness behind the gesture,
Yes.
not the monetary value.
And while Blarg's romantic gestures
Yeah.
were a tad over the top
Yeah, they were a bit much.
and potentially lethal,
Right.
they highlight the importance of putting effort
Yes.
into expressing your feelings.
Absolutely.
So instead of a potentially city-leveling orb of antimatter,
Right.
maybe opt for a heartfelt handwritten note
Oh,
or a weekend getaway.
exactly.
Okay.
It's about finding the balance
Mm,
between grand romantic gestures
yeah.
and respecting earthly boundaries.
And even Flarn, the overly romantic Andromedan,
Yeah.
reminds us that it's okay to be enthusiastic.
Yes.
to wear your heart on your sleeve,
Yeah.
even if your attempts at expressing affection
Mm-hmm.
end up causing mass panic.
Indeed, authenticity is key.
Yes.
It's about being yourself.
Right.
Even if yourself includes glowing tears
Right.
and a love song that sounds like a cosmic horror movie soundtrack.
Okay, I see your point. Even in these hilariously awkward alien encounters,
Yeah.
there are nuggets of wisdom to be found.
Yay.
It's like that saying, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
I love that.
Or in this case, it's not about the successful date.
Right.
It's about the disastrously entertaining lessons learned along the way.
Well said. And speaking of lessons learned,
Yes.
Zort, despite his oversharing tendencies,
Uh-oh.
reminds us of the importance of honesty
Okay.
in relationships.
Okay, but maybe without the detailed descriptions of epidermal layers
Of course.
and budding chambers.
Right. Maybe leave those out.
Yeah.
The key is finding the right balance
Right.
between honesty and discretion.
So honesty, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe filtered through a layer of social appropriateness.
Exactly.
Got it.
It's about being truthful
Mm-hmm.
while also being mindful of your audience
Yeah.
and the context of the conversation.
And what about Blurth the alien with no sense of personal space?
Oh, yeah.
Blurth.
Can we learn anything?
I mean, from their boundary-crossing behavior.
While Blurth's lack of personal space was clearly problematic,
Right.
it does highlight the importance of clear communication and setting boundaries.
Okay.
If someone is making you uncomfortable,
Yeah.
it's important to express that clearly and assertively.
So even if it's an alien with a strange fascination
Right.
with our emotional frequencies,
Exactly.
we have the right to say, hey, back up a bit.
Precisely.
Okay.
Setting boundaries is essential
Mhm.
in any relationship,
Mm,
whether it's with an alien or a fellow human.
Yeah.
It's about respecting yourself
Mm.
and ensuring your needs are met,
Yes.
even if those needs involve a little more breathing room
Right.
than an alien might be accustomed to.
This whole deep dive has been a wild ride.
It really has.
We've explored the comedic chaos of alien dating,
Yeah.
uncovered some surprisingly relatable moments, and even gleaned a few dating tips along the way.
I think so.
But I think the most important takeaway for me is this.
Okay, what is it?
No matter how awkward or disastrous a date might seem,
Yeah,
it's all relative.
that's true.
I mean, at least we're not facing intergalactic lawsuits for accidental antimatter explosions. Right?
That's a very human-centric perspective.
It is.
But yes, I suppose you have a point.
Thank you.
It's a reminder that humor can be found in the most unexpected places.
Right.
Even in the potential for intergalactic disaster.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I'm curious what stands out to you the most from all these alien dating fiascos.
Hmm. That's a good question.
What's the one thing you'll take away from this hilarious, yet strangely insightful
Yeah.
exploration of intercultural dating, or rather, interspecies dating?
It's been a wild ride.
You know, through the galaxy of awkward first dates,
Yeah.
we've seen it all.
We have.
From exploding antimatter gifts
Mhm.
to levitating taco-induced indigestion.
You know, it's funny. While it's easy to laugh at these aliens' fumbles,
Yeah.
I think what struck me the most is how their mishaps
Yeah.
reflect our own very human struggles with connection.
Right.
They overthink, they try too hard,
Yeah.
they misread signals.
Yep.
They're just like us,
Yeah.
but with a few extra tentacles or glowing appendages.
Exactly. It's like they're holding up a funhouse mirror
Right.
to our own dating anxieties.
Yeah.
We see ourselves in their blunders,
Mm-hmm.
but with a cosmic twist
Right.
that makes it both hilarious and strangely comforting.
Yeah, it's that shared experience of awkwardness, that
Yeah.
vulnerability we all face
Right.
putting ourselves out there.
Yeah.
That resonates across species, I think.
Makes you wonder if somewhere out there
Yeah.
in a distant galaxy,
Mm-hmm.
there's an alien listening to a podcast
Oh, gosh.
about humans bombing on first dates.
Right.
And they're thinking, wow, those earthlings are weird,
Yeah.
but also kind of relatable.
Now, that's a thought-provoking image.
I know.
You know, circling back
Yeah.
to those nuggets of wisdom we've
Mm.
uncovered. I think the key takeaway for me is this.
Okay.
Whether you're an alien trying to navigate Earth customs
Mm.
or a human venturing into the unknown,
Right.
connection requires a willingness
Yes.
to be vulnerable,
Yeah.
to make mistakes, and
Uh.
to learn from those missteps.
So true.
Yeah.
It's about embracing the awkwardness,
Yes.
the fumbles,
Right.
the occasional interstellar explosion,
Yeah.
and realizing that even in those moments
Mhm.
of cringe-inducing disaster,
Yeah.
there's a chance for connection,
Right.
for understanding,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even for a good laugh.
Well said.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe someday we'll get to put these intergalactic dating tips to the test ourselves.
Maybe.
Until then,
Yeah.
let's keep exploring, keep learning,
Yeah.
and keep laughing at the complexities of connection.
Yes.
Both here on Earth
Right.
and beyond.
Well, this has been fun.
This has been great. I've really enjoyed this deep dive.
Me too.
I think we've learned a lot.
I think so.
So until next time.
See you later.